Earlier today, I Googled how to use a teleprompter and was astonished at the results. For the most part, the advice was on how to set up and operate a teleprompter or how to make a cheap one. The only site I found that offered suggestions on how to deliver using a teleprompter said this, and let me quote you directly. The magic of the teleprompter is that it allows you to look directly into the camera lens, creating the illusion of eye contact with your audience. Take full advantage of this by not looking away. Your continuous gaze really does engage your audience. Eye movements away from the camera can make you look a bit shifty. Sorry, but that's absolutely wrong. The teleprompter helps make the interaction between presenter and viewer much more natural by eliminating the need for the presenter to keep having to look up and down at a script. But follow this advice and your viewer will get a fixed stare from someone who seems to be talking at them rather than to them. It's pretty disconcerting because in ordinary conversations we don't stare at people. It is impolite, it's uncomfortable for the other person, and it's also often an indicator of lying. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I never lied. I never asked anyone, oh, come on. All television and video rely on an illusion. So does radio. It's an illusion that I'm actually here with you, talking directly to you and to no one else. You aren't usually aware of this frame around me. I've deliberately just broken that illusion so that you can see it's true. But television strives to eliminate the barriers and distractions by maintaining the illusion. There's somebody sitting in a box in your lounge reading you the news. For the most part, a script should be read in a way that suggests the words are entirely spontaneous. So if we're going to maintain the illusion that we're in the same space as our viewer and talk to them in the most natural way, we have to let the eyes do what they do in ordinary conversation, what I call natural eye contact, neither fixed nor at the other extreme, shifty. Well, I'm sure you're asking the question right now, am I using an autocue or just ad-libbing? If you suspect the latter, that I'm just talking off the cuff, then great, I'm maybe getting it right. But I want these words to flow accurately and make my point better than I could if I were just winging it. So, let me show you. This is what I'm looking at. Interesting, isn't it? Any exceptions to the rule of making it look spontaneous? Are there occasions when you want people to believe you're actually reading? Well, yes. A major exception. How believable is it that a news presenter has learnt the entire news script before presenting it, or are they just making it up? The really skilled newsreaders have a script in front of them and seem to refer to it quite regularly. That communicates subliminally that they aren't trying to kid you that they're all-knowing authorities on every world event. So you'll get the occasional reference down to the script. Particularly when there's a change of story, it gives that beat before a mood change, and each story has a mood. In radio, you'll hear the mood change in the tonality. Every story is not read the same. All right, you media cynics, is there anything actually on the script in front of the television newsreader? Perhaps not. It's just a device, or as they say in theatre, a prop to reinforce the illusion. However, in my own case, I always did have a copy of the script in front of me, just in case the autocue went down or ran out of sync, as it did quite frequently. So to recap, if you're reading from a teleprompter or ad-libbing directly to camera, give the viewer a break. Don't pin them with a fixed stare. Look aside occasionally. One small tip for the director this time. How about this setting? Appropriate to the discussion? But is it a distraction from the key focus, the presenter and their message? Again, learn from what the eyes do naturally and get the camera to do the same. When you look at a picture taken by a professional photographer, you'll find they often use a shallow field of focus so that your eyes concentrate on the important bits, the stuff in the foreground. The background is a blur. Is that natural? Next time you watch and listen to someone closely, pay a little attention to what's behind them, and you'll find your eyes have automatically let the background fall out of focus. That's how our eyes work. And of course, if you want the viewer to look beyond the presenter in the foreground at something in the background, easy. You simply pull focus. So it makes the scene much more natural, and at the same time forces the viewer's attention to where you want it to be. It's also the final persuader when you're using chroma key. Have it sharp and a bit distracting, or have it slightly out of focus and much more comfortable. Sort of makes you wonder if there is such a thing as reality TV, doesn't it?